I bring to you 4 common ways to immigrate to Canada in just a few minutes. I welcome you to the TAFXGA channel on YouTube. You can follow me on TikTok and Facebook as well. Check the description of this video for my Facebook and my TikTok. The TikTok is the TAFXGA, just like our name over here. Yes. So if you are thinking of some options where you can use to relocate to Canada as a permanent resident, please watch this video to the end. Please do well to subscribe and don't forget to like this video. If you have any comments as well, leave them in the comment section. I'll address them for you. Okay, so the very first way to immigrate to Canada that I want to share with you guys is through the Federal Skilled Worker Program. This can be done by applying for express entry outside and inside of Canada. The Federal Skilled Worker Program is actually for skilled workers who have work experience and want to become permanent residents in Canada. If you are a skilled worker or work as a professional, whether you are a nurse, you are a doctor, you are a lab technician, whatever, you are a carpenter, you are in skill, you are in trades, construction, whatever field that you find yourself in and you want to become permanent resident in Canada, I believe this is a good option for you. But there are some minimum eligibility requirements that you need to meet, which I'll be talking about them real soon. So first of all, you need to have 1 year of continuous work experience. Like be full-time for 1 year. No breaks, no holidays, no vacations. Just 1 year. And the second thing to do just to stand the chance of entering into the Federal Skilled Worker Program is you should have a minimum level of education. That is, you should be done with your secondary education. Number 3 is minimum language level in French or English. And that is the Canadian Language Benchmark 7. You need to have a CLB 7 in all of whether French or English. One thing that I would like to talk about is, the English proficiency exam comes in four types. We have reading, writing, speaking, and listening. You might get 11 or 10 in English, reading, listening, and maybe speaking you will get 6. If you have 6, you do not stand a chance to enter into the express entry. You should have a minimum of 7 in all 4. So please take care of that and be mindful not to fall short in any of the language proficiency test. Number 4 that I want to talk about is proof of funds. You should have some specific amount of money to sponsor yourself moving into Canada. Yes. So this will make you eligible to apply for the express entry once you meet all 4 criteria. And once you are eligible, you are able to create an express entry profile. Yes, the express entry profile is more like a lottery where every few weeks the officials come out with a number which serves as a cutoff point. Yes, it serves as a cutoff point, and through that cutoff point, all the top individuals of the pool and above the cutoff points stand a chance to be chosen and be invited to apply for permanent residency. It's just like that. It works like a pool or more like a lottery. Yes. So for example, let's say they come out with a cutoff point of maybe 525. And if you are in the pool and your CRS score is like 524, you do not stand a chance to be invited to apply for permanent resident. But if your score is 525 and above, 600, 530, going upwards, all of those people in the pool at that time will get an invitation to apply for permanent residency. Please bear in mind, you need to answer some questions once you create an express entry profile. Questions about your education, your level of French, your level of English, your marital status, your age, and you are going to get certain points on your situation based on your answers that you give. Yes. I made mention of the points every week received that make people eligible to get an invitation to apply for permanent residency. So based on your score that you get, on your answers that you give, a score will be generated for you to enter into the express entry pool. So I want to talk about some of the language tests that are accepted in Canada. First of all, I would like to start with the English. Yes. So for English, we have the CELPIP. That is the Canadian English Language Proficiency Index Program. Remember to take the CELPIP General. The CELPIP General test is what you need to enter into the Express Entry profile. And as I said earlier, the CLB is what? 7. We also have IELTS, which is International English Language Testing System. Sorry. And what you need is what? The IELTS General Training option. Yes, the IELTS General Training option. And then a new one has been released. That is the Pearson Test of English. That is PTE. And for the PTE, what you need is what? The PTE core option. Mind you, you need to pass your language test before you can apply for Express Entry. And your Express Entry profile is valid for 12 months. So you need to get everything that you need before you can start. And once you start your profile, it's eligible for only 1 year, 12 months. One will ask, what will happen if I wrote my IELTS way before I apply for my Express Entry pool, and in the course of the 1 year, my language test maybe expires? Once it's expired, be smart and be fast with it and apply, write another English proficiency exam and upload it. Because without that, once you are eligible to apply for permanent residency, you might find yourself more than what on the cutoff point that will come up. But because of your English exam being expired, you'll not get your ITA to apply for permanent residency. Yes. So through this stream, when you arrive in Canada, you arrive with your permanent residence, which means you can work and study as much as you like. Though there is an obligation to stay inside Canada for a certain number of days, which you must, it's a must. You must stay in Canada for 730 days in a period of 5 years to keep your PR status. So in a period of 5 years, you need to at least stay in Canada for like 2 years. You need to always be present in a period of 5 years. Just stay in Canada for 2 years, and then the 3 years you can maybe go travel and do whatever you want to do. Yes. In fact, it's actually a great way to come to Canada and obtain what? Permanent residency, because it actually makes you free from certain things that I don't want to talk about now. Yes. So the second option that I want to talk about is applying for a work permit and then applying for Express Entry inside Canada. So you apply for your work permit outside of Canada, and once you get in, you use that to apply for Express Entry. One will ask, what does it mean by applying for a work permit? I'm talking about a labor market impact assessment, which an employer needs to prove that no permanent resident or Canadian is available and willing to do the work he is advertising. Then through certain processes, the government is going to issue a labor market impact assessment to your employer to be able to hire you as a foreign national. That is how the LMIA, or the labor market impact assessment, works. You need to know that labor market impact assessment is importantly sponsored by your employer. It's the employer making the application, and it's illegal for employers to bear costs and sell LMIA to employees. Yes, this is what is there, that it is illegal to sell LMIAs. But we've been hearing so many stories about this same issue, that people buy, people are being told to pay for LMIAs and stuff. But per the government of Canada rules, LMIAs are not for sale. LMIAs are closed work permits. That is, you cannot work for another employer but the employer who did the application for you. That is one thing about it. It's a closed work permit. Whether it's for 2 years, for 5 years, you cannot work for another employer, because the employer who did it for you, you are made to stay with him and work with him for that period of time. You might also be LMIA exempt, meaning that your employer does not need a labor market impact assessment. In these cases, for example, certain professionals under the Canada, US, and Mexico agreement, certain free trade agreements inside Canada, certain professionals, if you work for a large company, you might be able to do it into a company transfer to be able to come to Canada with your employer. That does not require an LMIA, but coming to Canada with a work permit, getting work experience and applying for express entry is a great way and a fantastic move. That's for number 2. Number 3 is the all popular and famous student route. So you come in, you study, you work, and then express entry. If you want to come to Canada and study, there are some things that I want you to know. Canada has some of the best schools in the world. Currently in Canada, when you enroll to a 1-year or a 2-year master's program, you stand a chance to obtain a 3-year working permit, which is called a post-graduation work permit. The honest truth is, you need to know that you are probably going to pay higher tuition fees because you are a foreign national, you are an international student, but just see it as an investment you are doing, and as such, go on and do it. Another thing that I want you to know is enroll into a skill program or a profession. These are what Canada, these two are what Canada really needs right now, not those random programs. So make sure when you are coming to Canada to study, you choose a skill, a trade, or a profession. Canada is a really expensive country, and with your study permit, you are allowed to work unlimited hours for now, but it ends come 30th April 2024. Just a few days, that's like 17 days from today, the obligation or the right that gave international students to work unlimited hours is coming to an end. Probably we might go back to the default 20 hours a week during the school term, and full time we can work full time during authorized breaks like the summer. Others are also of the view that we might not be returning to the 20 hours per week. We might be going to maybe 30 hours a week, and it's going to be a stationary thing. Well, we do not know because a final announcement has not been made yet. Again, you need to be able to pay your tuition fees up front, or show that you are going to be able to pay your tuition by showing maybe a proof of fund, a bank statement, or maybe a student loan that you've got. Yes. Lastly, you need to have sufficient funds for your stay, which is usually going to be in addition to the $20,000 that was impacted, I think, last year December by the honorable immigration minister. Yes, but overall, an interesting thing about the student permit that I want you to know is that if you have a spouse, maybe a girlfriend, a boyfriend, he or she can come with you, and they will receive an open work permit. It's an open work permit, which means they can work for any employer for your period in school. Finally, when you are done with your school or you are done with your program of study, you are able to apply for post-graduation work permit, which is also an open work permit. And as I mentioned, you are eligible to work for every employer that you want. Now, you are going to want to work in a skilled occupation, as I have been lamenting on, either a skilled occupation, a trade, or maybe a profession, just to make sure you obtain enough points for your express entry to get IT quick. Because if you don't have a skill occupation, you don't have a trade, you don't have a profession, your chances of getting ITA is going to be very less, because currently all the knock and TS that are there, it's mostly skilled trade and professions that is held. It all surrounds and builds around the 6 things that 6 sectors. That is what: science, technology, engineering, mathematics, trades, and healthcare. So you should be targeting any of these sectors if you want to have your express entry and your permanent residency right after PGWP. The last one that I want to talk about is through the provincial nominee programs. These usually require you to have some sort of link to the province. It could be maybe you have a relative, maybe a brother or sister there, or you completed maybe an educational program in inside that province. There are 10 provinces and 3 territories in Canada, and each of them have their own programs that They will help you to immigrate to Canada safely. Some are based on express entry, meaning that you get your provincial nominee program through the express entry, and some are not based on what express entry, meaning they have their own program requirement. You can find out more about the PMP program and their eligibility requirements on the Canadian website, or visit each province's official website. So I would like to share with you some of the provincial nominee programs from some of the provinces. So for Alberta, they have the Alberta Opportunity Stream. They also have Alberta Express Entry Stream, Self-Employed Farmer Stream. For Manitoba, they have the Skilled Workers in Manitoba, Manitoba Experience Pathway, Employer Direct Recruitment Pathway, the Skilled Workers Overseas, Human Capital Pathway, and they also have International Education Stream Career Employment Pathway. They also have International Education Stream Graduate Internship Pathway, International Education Stream Student Entrepreneur Pilot. They also have BIS Entrepreneur Pathway and BIS Farm Investor Pathway. For Nova Scotia, they have Nova Scotia Demand Express Entry, Nova Scotia Experience Express Entry, Nova Scotia Labor Market Priorities, Occupation in Demand, International Graduate Entrepreneur, Labor Market Priorities for Physicians. This is actually for physicians, entrepreneurs, and skilled worker. For British Columbia, they also have for the skills immigration skilled worker. They also have for healthcare professionals, international graduate. So if you school in BC, they have a sector that once you are done with school, you can enter into what the BC PMP right away. And mind you, it has its own eligibility requirements. So please do want to check them on their website. They also have the international postgraduate. They also have entrepreneur immigration based category. And for New Brunswick, they also have their express entry, and they have the New Brunswick express entry labor market stream. They also have for skilled workers with employer support. With this one, you need to have the support from your employer. Your employer should tell you, I'm willing to support you through this whole process. Yes. So you need to have that, your employer support. They also have New Brunswick entrepreneur stream and postgraduate entrepreneur stream. For Saskatchewan, they have the International Skilled Worker Employment Offer, International Skilled Worker Occupation in Demand, International Skilled Worker Saskatchewan Express Entry. They have the skilled worker with existing work permit. They have for healthcare professionals, hospitality sector, long haul truck drivers, and they have for student international graduate entrepreneurs. And for the Northwest Territories, they also have this. Yes, they have the employer-driven critical impact worker, employer-driven skilled worker, employer-driven express entry business. If you come over to Ontario, we also have the OINP, which is the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. And they have in-demand skill stream. They have for foreign worker stream, international student with a job offer stream. This is actually for international students who completed their studies in the province of Ontario. If you have a full-time job offer from your employer with no work experience, you can stand a chance to apply for the Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program. We also have for master's graduate stream, PhD graduate stream, French-speaking skilled worker stream through the express entry. They have also have the skilled trade stream through express entry, human capital priority stream express entry, and entrepreneurial stream. So this is actually a build-up of all the provinces and their provincial nominee programs. Please do well to check on their website the province that you find yourself in, or the province that you want to relocate from, maybe your home country, whether Ghana, Nigeria, Zambia, Gambia, Niger, wherever. Please do well to check on the official website of the province, and you will find more details to that. Please, if this video did it for you, please like this video for me, and don't forget to share this video. If you have not subscribed yet, please, I am entreating you to do so. please click on the subscribe button right now, and please do to click on the notification bell so you stay updated with every post that I share here. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. If you have any comments as well, please feel free to leave them in the comment section, and I will attend them right quick. Thank you very much, guys. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye for now.